In the present moment, navigating daily life can feel like bouncing blindly between the bumpers of a pinball machine. We are constantly reacting to sudden surprises, random encounters, and unpredictable mistakes. But give it 5 or 10 years, and that feeling of randomness vanishes. Looking back, the chaos organizes itself. That dropped box of puzzle pieces mysteriously aligns to form a clear, structural trajectory. The 19th century philosopher Arthur Schopenhauer dedicated a massive amount of thought to this exact phenomenon. In a deeply analytical essay on human fate, he observed that our seemingly chaotic coincidences seamlessly organize into a consistent, deliberate plot. When people notice this underlying structure, they usually jump to a very specific conclusion. They assume a rigid destiny is being handed down by an external deity, a giant author in the sky typing out the events of their lives. But Schopenhauer realized that theory quickly collapses under its own weight. An external sky god dictating every move completely strips away our agency. It reduces human beings to puppets, turning us into single players moving through a world populated entirely by unthinking background characters. If we rule out a solitary puppet master, we face a much heavier question. Without a single entity writing the story, how exactly does the sheer unpredictability of human action weave itself into a perfect narrative? Schopenhauer's answer was to look inward. He proposed that reality operates as a massive collective subconscious, where our individual lives function inside one grand, shared cosmic dream. This operates entirely differently from the dream you have when you go to sleep. In a normal dream, the strangers walking past you are empty cardboard cutouts generated by your brain. In Schopenhauer's model, the background characters in your life are active agents who are simultaneously dreaming you into their own story. To visualize how this operates today, we can look at the architecture of a massive multiplayer online game. Because every player is logged into the exact same engine, your personal quests constantly intersect. An unintentional mistake in your plotline, like dropping a crucial item, serves as a required mechanism to advance someone else's stealth trajectory. Under this framework, the author of your life is not a single conscious being. The narrative is driven by the continuous, unconscious mathematical negotiation of billions of overlapping individual realities. A century later, the comparative mythologist Joseph Campbell needed a way to explain this dense German concept to a modern audience, and he found a visual vocabulary in ancient Eastern philosophy. During his televised discussions on The Masks of Eternity with journalist Bill Moyers, Campbell highlighted how human beings across wildly different cultures arrived at the exact same conclusion about how reality is structured. To illustrate this interconnected dream, Campbell invoked the ancient Hindu myth of Indra's net, a vast cosmic web that stretches infinitely across all of space and time. It is tempting to picture this net as a series of cosmic strings tying us all together, but strings imply a physical distance that needs to be bridged. The architecture of the web is defined by what sits at every single crossing point, a glittering gem. Each individual gem functions as an infinite spherical hall of mirrors, capturing the reflections of the entire cosmic web within its own facets. This ancient optical framework perfectly maps on Schopenhauer's logic. Your internal psychological state cannot be isolated because your specific node is constructed from the reflections of everyone else, while simultaneously projecting your image back out to shape the whole. Once you apply this architecture to your daily routine, a stark mathematical reality sets in. A purely private event is structurally impossible. So the next time a sudden detour throws your day off course, try reframing the frustration. That minor inconvenience is you acting as a required masterpiece for someone else's timeline. Yet, recognizing this shared architecture brings us to a daunting realization about the scale of your own personal agency. Consider a reflection. If you alter just one node, the entire surrounding network of mirrors immediately shifts its geometry to match the new reality. Zero lag time. If you shift your core identity, the universe must rearrange its structure to accommodate the new data. You are never acting in a vacuum. The moment you decide to rewrite your own internal code, you are actively uploading a patch update that alters the server for the entire cosmos.